Hello and welcome everybody out there in fan world. Welcome to the Iceberg Lounge. I am your host Eric Holzmann. We're going to discuss everything that happened last week at DC FanDome. We had cut a whole thing, but it got stolen. If you've been following my Twitter handle today, you know that Solomon Grundy actually has stolen the footage from last week. So we couldn't leave you all hanging. We decided we would come back this week and do a show for you to entertain you guys and talk about FanDome from last week. However, we would be remiss if we did not recognize some sad news that came out of Hollywood last night. Black Panther actor Chadwick Boseman passed away from colon cancer. Now, this was shocking to most of us and most of the community because he kept it a secret. We didn't know about it. He was diagnosed in 2016, which is kind of crazy since that's the first time we saw him in the role in Captain America: Civil War. And then obviously he went on to do the Black Panther film, which was of course nominated for Best Picture. So sad news. My condolences and sympathies go out to him and his family. He will be missed sorely, and again, he did other roles. He played Jackie Robinson. He played Thurgood Marshall. He played James Brown. So yeah, once again, very, very, very sad news, and my condolences to him and his family. But as he would want us to do, the show must go on. So we are going to start talking about last week. The first panel from DC FanDome last week was the Wonder Woman 84 movie panel. And to help me with this panel, I'm going to bring in Peter Verra, my co-host from Straight Outta Gotham.
What's going on, guys?
And Nick Zednick and Nikko Caruso from the Vigilante 1939 podcast, who were gracious enough to join us today.
How you doing, gentlemen? Glad to be here.
How y'all doing? Everyone's doing well today?
Good, man. We're at the Iceberg Lounge. Can't be any better.
Yeah, as you see, I'm already at it. So cheers to you guys.
All of us
has some water.
It's the lounge.
Or it's okay
for me.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'll be the day drinker of the crew. That's fine.
I'm keeping it classy too, so it's all good.
All right. So last week, guys, was a fun day overall. DC really hit it out the park, and they started with Wonder Woman 84, which made sense. It's the next movie we're supposed to get in the slate, so it made sense to start with that one. We had seen a lot of footage. We've had trailers of it before, so it was a very, very good start. The panel was excellent. Patty Jenkins, Gal Gadot, Kristen Wiig, Chris Pine, Pedro Pascal were the panelists. They did some interaction with fans. They even had a famous fan pop in, Venus Williams, who actually is doing a clothing line for the film. So she appeared as well. So some of the highlights for me from this panel were, again, the fan interaction. Fans from all over the world took video questions, and each one of them answered the question. One of the highlights was Pedro Pascal for me, who he said he doesn't realize how famous he was until this movie, till he got in this movie and saw the feedback he was getting from fans. He obviously it was a little shocking to me because he's done The Mandalorian, but I'm surprised he said that. I don't know if he was being completely honest, but that was one of the things I picked up on from that. We got footage of a trailer, which you guys are seeing now. So let's really quickly, what'd you guys think of the panel? We'll start with you, Pete.
For me, it was great. I mean, it was fun seeing them interact with everybody, and they seemed to be very friendly. But this was all about one thing for me, and that was Cheetah. I got to see a good look at Cheetah. I got to see Cheetah in action. We got some decent clips of her, and we got a nice clear look, and I think she looks pretty good. I'm just pumped to see that fight and to see everything evolve with Cheetah. That was my main thing going into DC FanDome for Wonder Woman. I wanted a nice clear look at Cheetah. I didn't want to get spoiled on Halloween costume packages. I was walking through the mall, if that ever opens again. But that's why it was all about Cheetah for me, and I couldn't be happier.
Yeah, Cheetah was a highlight. Definitely from the trailer. We got to see actual Cheetah, not just Kristen Wiig playing Barbara. So that was a highlight, a very big highlight from the panel as well. What about you, Nikko? What'd you think?
Yeah, I just loved all of it. I love, at an event like this, you start with your home run, and the home run for Warner's right now is Gal and Jenkins, no doubt. I loved their energy. I love the positivity that they brought. Cheetah was great. The trailer looks great. The footage looks great. It all looks great. I just loved seeing them together. And there's something about when you see a a cast and the creatives behind it have so much fun together and so much chemistry together. So it was a really nice, awesome, fun panel to ease us into FanDome. And they start with their icon. So I don't have many words for it other than it was very fitting to start with, and it was very beautiful.
Okay, and Nick, what were your takeaways?
I can only concur with you guys that obviously you do always start off with your for sure home run, and that is Gale, and that is Patty Jenkins. I was a little torn if I even needed a trailer, to be quite honest, considering if all goes according to plan, we're supposed to be seeing this movie in October. So
Right.
I'm always one that I don't want to see too much leading into the movie, but it was very cool to see Cheetah. I know there was a lot of speculation on if she would look better than the Cats movie, give or take. If you like that, all the power to you. If you like the movie, all the power to you. But guys, let me just say, Gal Gadot, she could take me to dinner and she can leave before the check comes, and I'll take that as a moment in history. So I'm just gonna throw that out there. I'm so pumped for this movie. I feel like it's gonna pay homage to Superman 2 in a way.
Okay.
I don't want to be that guy that gives story plots away, but all I'll say is, if you've seen Superman 2, I feel like she's gonna go through some kind of emotional arc, kind of similar to how Superman 2 was. So
Right.
just be on the lookout for that, because I know the first one really paid homage to the first one, and the first Wonder Woman was fantastic. So I'm in, and again, hopefully October comes around and it's time to get DC films back on track here.
Yeah, well, and speaking of the first Wonder Woman, we had a surprise appearance in this panel, which was shocking to me. I wasn't sure if they were going to bring her out, but Linda Carter, the original Wonder Woman from the TV show, made an appearance, and she was so great and so deferential, and they have such, her and Gal have such a good relationship. You can just tell. It was cool to see Linda Carter, and man, she does not look any older. Man, she is aging like a fine wine, man. She looks incredible. So it was so much fun to see her come through. And I just want to wrap with everything you guys said. This movie, and when I first started seeing trailers for it, when we first got the first couple, I was kind of iffy. I was like, I don't know if it's going to be as good as the first one, but the more I've seen and the more I know, I'm starting to come around a little bit more to that. It probably will be, and I'm hoping for it.
This thing looks intense, man. Like, I'm so pumped for it. I can't tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even the effects look better. Like, the visual effects look better to me, a little bit cleaner than what we got in the first film. So I'm really looking forward to this, and I hope to God it's another home run for them, because I just want to keep seeing more and more of these movies and this character. And you know, a lot of people made a lot of noise when she was cast, because everyone only knew her from Fast and
They do
Furious.
it all the time, though.
No.
We're used to it by now.
Nobody did anything like that. Come on.
Yeah,
This isn't 2020. We don't freak out about castings no more. Come on.
all we heard was just,
Look, until FanDome, they were complaining about Pattinson too. So like that's.
Yep. We'll get to that later.
Let's not forget. I know. I got excited because every time I look at the screen, I got the T-shirt on. I'm just pumped. I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Pete has there we go. Pete's wearing his Batman merchandise.
I'm so excited. I can't. I mean, it's great. I love it. I'm so pumped. I'm so ready. Let's go. Next topic.
Yeah, we're all ready. I think we're ready to go.
Well, that's a great segue.
So,
Yeah.
Pete, I'm gonna throw to you on this one to take away and talk about the game panels, the video game panels that we saw last week. So.
Okay, cool. So here I got Nikko, I got Chris and Justin here with me for this one, and this was cool because I dig both games, but Gotham Knights really stood out to me. Just the opportunity to play as essentially the Robins, all of them, every one of them, and it's just because that was always lacking in my opinion from the other Arkham games. But I'm pumped for this one, guys. Which one were you more pumped for, Suicide Squad or Gotham Knights?
I guess I'll start.
Yeah, go.
No, I'll say for me it's Gotham Knights still, because I've been dying to play as the Bat Family in any game, man. Way more so than the other Arkham games. I just think it's an awesome area to explore with the characters, and in Gotham as well, a Gotham without the Dark Knight himself. And it's going to be so cool to play as the Bat Family because they each represent a different part of him. So Grayson's kind of like the ideal heir, the golden boy. You got the Red Hood, who he crosses the line that Wayne won't cross. And then Gordon and Drake are kind of like the younger, way more kind of happy to be there, way more lighthearted. And I think their dynamic between each other can be very, very, very cool. And I like the kind of co-op, the team building that you could do with them. And I'm down for the Court of Owls to be the villains. They are not in the mainstream at the moment, but I think this game's going to bring them into it a little bit. They're great villains. It's a great story, and I think the way they could shape that into that universe is very, very, very cool. So I'm all in on Gotham Knights, especially just because I want to play as my boy Nightwing.
Yeah, I mean, playing as Nightwing, I'd love to be as Nightwing. I'm actually pumped to play as Red Hood, to be honest with you, as weird as that sounds. I'm not a whole like Jason Todd being back fan, but I'm really pumped. Justin, what are you up to? What do you think about this?
Man,
you talking about Gotham Knights or Suicide Squad? Which game are you more pumped for?
Suicide Squad. So here's what I like right now about being like a whole week removed now. Like I've had time to let my thoughts settle and things like that. The more I look at the footage and I think about like what was presented to us, Gotham Knights looks great, but I'm like, it just feels like another version of what we've already got, just different characters. And I think that's cool. I'm not saying I'm not going to get it. I'm not saying I don't want to play it. I'm just feeling like, okay, this is cool. I mean, I've played with Nightwing and Robin before on some of those expanded packs. So like I kind of get like, and even Catwoman and stuff like that. Not saying it's bad, but I'm just like, okay, this is just kind of.
I always wanted more though.
Yeah, well, I feel like this is just this is what's next. It's not breaking a mold, but with the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, that thing excites me, and it sucks that it's still 2 years away. So
it's far, but I was fun to see.
Yeah,
it.
So I'm like, oh, man, so I don't know. The whole thing looks fun, and I feel like we only saw the kind of the tip of the iceberg. I feel like there's going to be other characters. You can't have the Suicide Squad just be 4 characters. I think there's going to be
die.
Yeah, someone's got to die, and I feel like they're going to bring some other stuff in as you go. Maybe there's like downloadable content. Maybe they do some tie-ins with like the film and things like that. But yeah, man, I'm really excited for it. Kill the Justice League. That sounds fun. It sounds like a fun concept, and right? Like I want to kill the Justice League. I want to see, right?
It's definitely like completely different than what we're used to. It's different than what we're used to. Chris, what do you think?
Yeah. Going to Chris
Evans.
I think Chris
is frozen. All right, we lost Chris.
We lost Chris.
But I mean, I don't know. Like Justin, just to expand on your thoughts earlier, like when you said like the many side missions and the DLC from the previous Arkham games, man, like I wanted more levels to play as Nightwing and even as Harley Quinn and Catwoman, as you said, like to get a whole game and then to interchange all the characters. That sounds pretty dope to me, man. Like I know it's similar to what we've gotten, but just I'm a huge Robin fan in general. So just all of them are cool. Including Batgirl, like
I agree.
I count her as one of the Robins. They're all sidekicks to me,
Yeah,
but I'm pumped for it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think it'll be fun. I'm just if you're talking about what game excites me the most, it's the Suicide Squad game because we haven't had that before. We've had a bunch of Batman games, and it's not bad to make more Batman games. But I'm thinking, what's fresh is the Suicide Squad. That's where I'm at.
I did think it was a little weird how they had
send it up.
I thought it was weird how they had Deadshot like just flying around. That was my only real gripe. I was like, he's got a jetpack. It's kind of weird for me.
Yeah, Deadshot with a jetpack is not something we've quite seen before. But I'm going to kind of echo what Justin said as well. I'm the Suicide Squad trailer definitely got me. And I'm interested in the placement too. They put it right before the Reeves panel, so I guess they really wanted you to see it, or that's the only time slot they had open for it. But I like the character designs pretty much. Deadshot hit or miss, but it's a new avenue. The idea of killing the Justice League, I will agree with Justin, seems fun. And what's interesting is this game, the Suicide Squad game, is actually in the continuity the Arkham games were. So Batman's dead in this world. So I wonder if that's going to be addressed. That's going to be talked about. He ain't dead in Gotham Knights either. I just want to let y'all know that. He ain't dead. But yeah, I think the Suicide Squad game is going to be really different, and it's going to allow people to live on the edge a bit. And it's open world, which is cool. It's going to feel very GTA 5, but with these DC characters, which is awesome.
That's going to be great.
I have a question for you both on the Suicide Squad game. So we obviously know there's going to be way more than these 4 characters, hopefully. Who's one Suicide Squad character you hope is added or in the game? Whoever wants to take it first.
Oh man, it's weird because there's so many characters,
so many.
Just from the current roster within the movie, I would like to play as Polka Dot Man because so ridiculous.
How did I know you were going to say that? That's awesome.
Just because he's so ridiculous. So that's if I had to take the one character from the movie that I would be most interested in playing the game, it'd be Polka Dot Man.
I love that. Justin, how about you?
Yeah, man, I want Bronze Tiger. I need a fighter. I need someone who can take some people out. So I know he's not in a movie or anything like that, but yeah, Bronze Tiger is who I would love to see.
Yeah,
he's just awesome. He's trained up, dude. He's basically like Batman, right?
Yeah,
he can make.
He should be in like one of those Mortal Kombat crossovers. He's that good of a fighter. You know?
There you go.
He definitely beats me.
Mortal Kombat.
Finish him.
Just running through like a field. He's like, yeah, I'm there for that.
I love that. Absolutely, that's cool.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
I don't know who I would have. I have no idea. So
there's got to be somebody. Come on.
I got no idea.
You got to have someone.
I would like to have.
There's not like some obscure DC villain that you love.
What'd you say? Obscure?
Yeah, like I mean, that's what the Suicide Squad basically is. They're obscure villains that can get killed off, and they can make a series about it. So, like, there's
honestly, I do have one, but King Shark is already going to take this role. But man, I would love a game where I could play as Killer Croc. Man, he's my favorite Batman villain. I love reptiles.
Yeah.
So if they were to throw him in there, that would be cool. But I don't know, because King Shark, I think, is going to have that, like the monster brute type role. So I don't know.
That's so funny. Yeah. No.
Killer Croc would be cool.
I mean, Killer Croc would be great. I mean, he'd be great in any game, really, just because he's the brute force. He just made an appearance in the latest issue Detective Comics I reviewed for Batman on Film. So Nikko, you should check that one out. If you like Croc, you should check that issue out.
Which was really good. Yep. I just checked it out. Actually, about half hour before we started. It was great.
It was a good one. I know Justin's up and down about Tomasi's Detective Run.
I actually think it's pretty decent, but it's not my preferred. This is comic talk on the Iceberg Lounge.
Little tangent.
Tangent. Yeah, I love Tomasi, so he's my guy. But yeah, no more. I don't have any other Suicide Squad ideas, man. I think with the Suicide Squad, you can throw any villain onto the Suicide Squad. It's like, who do we want to put in there? You know. I'm thinking like, who would be like some Tweedledee and Tweedledum? Put them in the Suicide Squad, and then one of them dies, and they're like, oh, so it's just like Tweedle, and he's like, it's Tweedledee who dies, right?
But
funny. He's like, I don't want to be dumb forever, so he takes his brother's name, and it becomes a whole other thing, and then Tweedledee becomes the most popular character.
I would have to go back to look at like Suicide Squad Hell to Pay. Because there was those 2 characters that died on the train ride earlier on in the game. They were very interesting. I'm not going to do it, but no, you can kill anybody in the Suicide Squad. That's why it's great. I can't wait. I mean, I'm pumped for Suicide Squad. Gotham Knights takes the cake, though. I'm ready to
do it.
I'm ready to roll with that one.
Justin, and he didn't just give characters; he gave a whole plot point.
That's right, man. I'm thinking down the line. I'm here to platform. I'm here to platform Tweedledee as the next dude. Tom King is going to bring him in. He's going to be the newest,
just like Kite Man.
So funny,
just like Kite Man.
Oh,
but a Kite Man that fool. The Kite Man,
beautiful.
Tweedledee.
I don't want Kite Man to die, though. That's the thing. I kind of like Kite Man, especially since he's been in the Harley Quinn TV show.
Oh yeah, Kite Man. He's going to be in the Matt Reeves films, dude. Kite Man.
He better be.
Forget the Joker, dude.
He better be.
Kite Man. Kite Man War. It's going to be Kite Man War all day. Just flying kites.
No. Riddles and kites. The joke. What's it called? The War of Riddles and Kites.
Much love to Charlie Brown. Much love to Charlie Brown.
I can't imagine Kite Man ever being in a movie.
Hey, we'll see.
Riddles and Kites, man. I'm telling
Riddles
you.
and Kites. That's my next rap album too. Riddles and Kites coming out.
2023.
No, new 2021, dude.
Riverside Records.
I love
That's
it.
right,
I
dude.
love it.
That's too
That's
funny.
beautiful.
Let's go
Oh my
records,
God.
bro. Let's go records.
Is that what, Let's Go? You're the Suge
Yeah,
Knight
yeah.
of Let's Go?
Hashtag
Yeah.
Let's Go Records.
Hey, I think Eric's coming. Oh,
Oh,
there he is. Look at him.
oh,
Oh,
oh, there he
so-
is. We found him.
Eric's got his hand up, like, oh, this just
breaking.
in.
We got some breaking
Breaking
news, guys. We got some
Uh-oh.
breaking on a couple of fronts. First of all, Batman is in hot pursuit of Solomon Grundy, so hopefully that will be
Okay.
resolved soon,
Should
and we
be.
can see what happened with our show from last week. We could check into that. But also, I want to now throw to our in-field reporter Ryan Lauer from Batman on Film and from the Batman Book Club, the host of the Batman Book Club. He was nice enough
Right.
last week to actually begin a search for the FanDome. So let's go out to Ryan now and see what he found.
Hey guys, happy DC FanDome weekend. I'm on a search in this DC universe to find the dome. I need to find the dome. Where is the dome? So I thought I'd start off by going to the fields of Smallville, Kansas, and maybe I'd see a Superman by chance flying in or around somewhere that would lead me to the dome. But so far, no luck. So the dome is not in Smallville, Kansas, okay? But I'm going to keep you guys updated. I'm going to visit another city here in just a few moments, and we'll see if I can find the dome there. So stay tuned.
Oh man, so Ryan is in hot pursuit of trying to find the FanDome, and Batman is doing his job trying to find our footage from last week. Man,
Is Ryan trying to find the FanDome today?
No, he was out there last week.
But we still don't know.
Last-
It's a mystery.
Yeah,
Hey,
he
it's still
started
there.
last week.
It's going to be here next week in 2 weeks too. So
Yes,
you know.
which we will talk about later. We're definitely going to let
The
everyone
next
know
dome.
what we're doing for that later. So, Justin,
Dome 2.
thank you for the advanced plug of what we're going to be doing for the second day of FanDome, which is, of course, September 12th. The next panel we want to discuss was the Flash panel, introducing the Flash. So, as we know, we've had some really, really fun news this summer regarding that film, the Flashpoint film that is going to be directed by Andy Muschietti, starring Ezra Miller, and the script written by Christina Hodson. So they did a panel last week where they kind of gave a little bit of a backstory of what they plan on doing. The fun part of that for me was the throwback to the Flash facts, which we used to get in some comic books. So we had the Ezra Miller would introduce each segment with a Flash fact, and that was kind of cool. I thought that was kind of cool. A cool little twist for people who know about that. But yeah, this film for me is one of my highly anticipated films. I'm one of the people who actually stuck with it from the beginning and said, "No, it's going to happen. We're going to get an Ezra Miller Flash film." So I was totally on board with it. I stuck with it. I never wavered, and now it's finally happening. So this was one of the panels last week that I really, really enjoyed, and we got a nice piece of art from it.
We did.
We got a bunch of art,
where
actually.
where we saw Keaton's Batman. It was definitely Keaton's Batman in the backdrop with Ezra Miller's Flash kind of in front of it. So that was kind of the highlight, one of the highlights of it for me. Really quickly, Nick, what was some of the highlights of last week's Flash panel for you?
Well, I'm gonna try and say my takes here in a flash, because I don't want to give too much time away. Thank you. First off, I'm glad Ezra kept his hands to himself here for this one. So, I'm glad everything's all settled here. So it's nice to know that he's behaving again. So this one I'm widely anticipating because I've always said that a Flash film, if done right, can be the greatest DC film that we've ever seen. And a few years ago, and there she is. There's Christina Hodson, everybody. There she is. Wow, what a sight to behold! All right. Well, I guess I'll just start there. So I'm glad that Christina Hodson got some spotlight here because very rarely do we see screenwriters get some screen time and have them get the credit that they deserve. And I think her being there only speaks highly to just how high Warner Brothers is on her script. And considering, how could you not be hyped when you have Michael Keaton's Batman and Ben Affleck going to be in this film? So I know some people can say that, why are they doing Flashpoint? It doesn't even feel like a Flash film anymore. I think this is the perfect film to introduce everybody to Flash. And I have no doubt that this thing is going to be so emotional. And I'm so in to go back to the basics. I love the suit. I love the artwork. I'm pumped to see where this goes. Let's go. Let's get the Flash on screen because he's been late and he's the fastest man alive. So it's time to arrive, Flash.
Yeah, I
How about
agree.
you guys? What do you guys think?
I think that this movie also can kind of reset things if they want to. This is going to be the first introduction of the multiverse on film. So I think we're really going to be able to see what they do afterwards. So Pete, what were your impressions from the Flash panel?
Oh man, like the only thing the only thing I could say is I wish Michael Keaton was there. But outside of that, I'm just really
Same.
pumped for this movie. I was against this, not against this movie. I just didn't really care that much when I thought it was like a Thomas Wayne Batman movie about Flash, but like more. I know it's weird because I'm always so stay so close to the source material, but like
Yes,
I'm still over Thomas Wayne Batman. I think he's just such an overexposed character that introducing Michael Keaton into the story is a great and just like refreshing genius idea to just kind of bridge the gap between the mainstream general audience and fandom. And I think it's a huge home run. And then you incorporate now current Batman or ex Batman. I don't even know what he is anymore, Ben Affleck, and it adds another dynamic to the movie. And I'm pumped. Like I got to see some concept art. Flash is going to get a new suit. Who's going to give him the new suit? Is it going to be Batfleck? Is it going to be Keaton? Like, what's going on here? The yellow oval is returned after months of campaigning. I did it single-handedly. I did it all by myself.
Team Oval.
Team Oval. It was great. No, thank you for everybody. It was fun. I mean, I hope to see Keaton back in the suit and his original '89 suit with the points. But I'm all pumped for it. I mean, it's crazy. Ezra looked more like BVS Flash than he did Justice League Flash. He was all scraggly and he had the long hair and the beard. So. It was a little flashback Flash, but I'm just pumped. I'm ready to go. I'm still bummed we're not getting a true Flash movie with Captain Cold and Mirror Master and Weather Wizard in the top. But I'm gonna take this and run with it because it's bringing Keaton back, and I think it's a great way to make this type of alternate universe resetting, whatever the hell you want to try to call it, flip of the switch type thing, reboot, soft reboot, whatever you're trying to do. Like I think it's a great idea. So I'm all for this.
Yeah, so again, we're going to see what this does, right? Hopefully we'll get a sequel to this. After this one's done, we'll get a sequel, and it will include those villains, the Flash's Rogues gallery. Mm-hmm. That is probably, as you say, Pete, all the time, the second best in the DC universe. So definitely gonna, right? So we definitely hope for that. So Nikko,
Yes,
Eddie Muschietti is directing this film, and as you know, he directed both It movies. What do you think about his role, his being director of this? Are you excited about it?
That's a great question, Eric. That's a great segue. So I am. So I love the first It. Wasn't too big on the second one, but I'm a sucker for communication. And what I mean by that is when you explain something to me and you show me you're passionate about it and you show me you're knowledgeable about it and you show me you want to do it, I'm sold. I was so impressed with him and his wife during this whole panel. They got the knowledge down. They're super passionate about it. And I'm thrilled that they stuck around. I mean, this movie was through the revolving door of directors and screenwriters, etc. And since Zednik stole my Christina Hodson take, I guess I'll just talk about the directors at the moment. I love you, Zednik. I'm just kidding. But I love that these creatives are locked in. They're cohesive. They all talked about the character, very knowledgeable, very passionately as well. I could tell that they care, and I could tell that they're ready. I'm with you, Eric. I wanted this movie to always happen. The Flash is my favorite DC character, not named Batman. And and I've always said, too, when the minute they announced that Flashpoint was going to be the route that they were going to go, I didn't know how they were going to tell it. Was it going to be a direct adaptation with the Thomas Wayne Batman, or were they going to adjust it a bit? One, I'm glad they adjusted it a little bit, but two, Flashpoint is the perfect story to get to know Barry Allen, in my opinion. To get to know Barry Allen, why he does what he does, and it dives into his character a lot. And now to bring these Batmen in, plural, is great because they both lost their mothers. They both were stricken with tragedy. So that could be a massive emotional pull of the movie, first of all. But then there's this interesting dichotomy is Alan has this power. He's so powerful. The Flash is so powerful. He can do something that the Waynes can't. He can physically go back and undo his tragedy, which is something we all wish we could do with loved ones that we lost, with tragedy that occurs in the world. But then we deal with the effects of our own choice, of our own free will, of, in a way, our own selfishness. And I think to show that dynamic with the Waynes, whichever one is way more prominent, I think they might both be interchangeable, I'm not sure. But it could be a beautiful, emotional story. And that brings me back, and I'm going to reiterate what Zednik said, which is something I already felt. But I'm a big Christina Hodson guy. I'm a big fan of the last two films that she did. And I'm very impressed, too, because the directors talked about her a lot. And usually the screenwriters don't get that much credit in a lot of these big-budget comic book films. And Warner Brothers and the directors, they must have so much faith in her. And she must have written a script so good that she got Ben Affleck to come back. I mean, that's what no one's talking about.
Yeah.
He was done. He was buried. I don't think it was dollar signs. I do think it was for the fans a little bit. Maybe it's the Snyder Cut hype a little bit, but she must have written a role so powerful for him and for Keaton to bring the both of them back. So, shout out to Hodson, shout out to Andy, and Ezra. I know that there's some jokes out there, but I'm a big Ezra Miller guy. I think he's a great actor. He's in a lot of indie films I love. So I'm glad that this film is on its way. I'm rambling, I know, but I'm very hyped for this. It was after Affleck got casted, it was the most hyped I was for a DC film. And then we got a certain few trailers that quickly reminded me that there's something much, much bigger on the horizon. But that's where I'll leave you, gentlemen, on that one.
All right,
they haven't talked to us United.
Staying in that vein, kind of though, since now we're gonna have two different cuts of the Justice League. So before we leave, which Ezra Miller Flash is this going to be, or is it not going to be any of them? Is it going to be the theatrical cut or the Snyder cut?
Eric's got some good questions.
I think it's got to lean more towards Snyder because he always wanted to do more serious stuff. Justice League was a joke, like it just was. He was comic relief. So I imagine while it probably won't be exactly that Flash, it won't be like I'm sure Famuyiwa added his little tweaks and his signatures, trademarks to his script. So it all depends, but I think it'll lean more towards Snyder.
Yeah, I probably would go that way too. If I'm gonna give my little 2 cents on the matter, I haven't seen it yet. Obviously, we saw the trailer, which we will be getting to soon, folks. We will be discussing the Zack Snyder's Justice League teaser trailer we got at FanDome. But I would kind of lend that way as well. Nick and Nikko, really quick, what about you guys?
I feel like it's going to be neither. Actually, I feel like it's going to be a brand new take, and I feel like Andy Muschietti is going to kind of sprinkle in both of the iterations, but I feel like it's just going to be a brand new iteration. I feel like we got the new suit, so I feel like they're going to kind of reset the Flash's character a bit. So there you go.
All right, Nikko, real quick.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Zednik. I think they're going to pull a little bit of both. Christina Hodson writes humor pretty well, and I think they're going to bring in a big emotional side and a vulnerable side as well. So I think it's going to be maybe a little bit of both. I mean, not as extreme as the Joss Whedon falling and stumbling everywhere. I think it's going to be a little bit of both, a little comedic, little emotional, little vulnerable, little lighthearted as well.
Yeah, guys, if you can't tell, both Nick and Nikko really like Christina Hodson. If you couldn't get that from this little panel,
didn't she write Bumblebee?
Yeah,
yeah,
great movie. In fact, that might be the best Transformers to me.
I love it.
Oh, really? That good? I still haven't seen it.
Yes,
it might be the best Transformers to me. And I just want to add, I like her because of her work. I'm not sure what the hell Zednik's talking about.
Everybody probably thinks I'm a creep now. Gentlemen, look,
No, not
Christina
at all.
Hodson is elite. All right? And that's all I'll say. That's all I'll say.
Oh, jeez. He's a character, this guy.
Oh, I love it. I love the energy, guys. I love the energy.
Oh,
So
man.
really quickly again, last week again, as we said, Ryan Lauer from the Batman Book Club was out in the field searching for the dome. So we're going to throw to him again to see where he's at next.
Hey guys, still in search of the dome. I now decided that I'm going to go underground to Atlantis with our boy Aquaman. Maybe he knows where the dome is.
Oh, the dedication. The dedication of Ryan Lauer to actually swim to the depths of Atlantis to go and try and find the DC FanDome. Oh man, I hope he finds it. He's really going above and beyond for us. So again, Ryan, we'll check back in with you later to see where you are in your search. But man, unbelievable dedication. I love it. I love it. So as you can hear the laughter in the background, we are now going to move on to probably I think it was the most humorous panel of the day. And it was, of course, the panel for the Suicide Squad, but with James Gunn. Now, the setup was awesome. It was kind of like a Brady Bunch style setup where he introduced each character. He finally revealed, did a roll call of each character and who they were playing. So we finally got that information, like who's playing who. And then they played a game of trivia. And they were separated into two teams, and Viola Davis was captain on one end, and Joel Kinnaman Rick Flag was captain on the other end. And they kind of just had this really cool game of trivia, asking questions about certain DC facts. Gunn is perfect for this because he's just such a fun guy. So he was so perfect for this panel and so perfect for this movie, as well as the trailer that they released showed. So yeah, you're seeing some clips now of what happened on the panel. A little bit of B-roll we're showing you from there, but it was a lot of fun. It was good to see how big this cast actually is on screen. Like every single panel and window, I was like, holy crap. I don't know how he's going to address all these characters in this one film. That's always a problem, I feel, when you have these ensemble casts. But we'll see. We'll see. So really quick, Justin from Let's Go, what did you think?
This was the panel that I was waiting for.
Yes.
I couldn't wait. Out of all the films that are coming up, we kind of have an idea of what they're going to be. But with James Gunn, The Suicide Squad, the sequel to Suicide Squad, starring all the other people that were in the first film. So anyone out there saying it's not a sequel, y'all can jump around. Get it? Jump around.
It's a soft reboot.
Yeah, it's a soft reboot. But with the same characters from the same movies. Harley Quinn's got the same tattoos. She's been in 4 movies and looks exactly the same. This is a sequel. This is in the direct storyline of all the other stuff happening. Anyways, just getting that out of the way because it's a bone I want to pick, so I'll throw you a bone. Listen up. The Suicide Squad is going to be bananas, and I feel like, Snyder Cut, that's cool. We know what we're kind of getting. With the Batman, we know what we're kind of getting. With the Suicide Squad, we have no idea what we're getting. We've seen a behind the scenes. We didn't even get a trailer because they're not ready to drop it. That's how crazy this is going to be. The cast looks bananas. It looks like everybody's having a fun time. And the one thing that's cool about this thing is leaning in the comics. So for all those fools who are like, it's not comic accurate. Bro, this is comic accurate. This is like someone took a Crayola crayon and just threw it on the screen. Like Polka Dot Man looks like the Polka Dot Man. He's not wearing black leather like an X-Men. He straight looks like the Polka Dot Man. And so that's got me excited. I feel like this movie is going to I like the first Suicide Squad, right? There's some problems. There's some trash in the sky and all that stuff.
Yeah, man.
It's a fun time, but I think this is going to be a bananas time. This is like banana cream pie in the pants. What happened? I don't know how this happened, but I'm glad it happened. I can't wait for this movie. It's going to be so fun. There's not a single person in the cast where I'm like, I don't even know half the people in the cast, but I'm like, I'm glad you're in the cast. I'm glad James Gunn had the foresight to cast you. Only thing is, I was bummed. People were talking about oh, is Taika Waititi going to be in this thing? He wasn't there, and then John Cena wasn't there. I couldn't. I wish I would have saw both of those.
That
Yeah,
joke
Tom-
landed this time. That joke landed this time. We won't say it the other time he said it, but that joke landed this time. Can I take it from here?
Sure, go ahead, Nikko. You're up, brother.
Because he's
My
hyped.
rant's over.
He's hyped. I'm hyped. If you guys can't tell,
There
I'm
we
hyped
go.
as well. I'm hyped as well. A few things on that. It's hard to follow, but I'm going to try because that was great, Justin. Is to me, this was the most entertaining panel by definition of the word, and the most impressive panel by definition of the word, and I'll explain the two of them. It was so humorous. The whole cast being there was awesome. Their chemistry is great. James Gunn sounded so passionate, so excited, so pumped to be there. Even went on to say it's the greatest film he's ever been a part of, the greatest cast he's ever assembled. Awesome. To me, it was the most impressive, though, because a lot of us were hyped for it. I was hyped for it. Justin was hyped for it. A lot of people were hyped for it. But I think it won so many people over. For the people who weren't too hyped on it, it got you. For the people who were hyped on it, you're even way more hyped. If you were in the middle, you're elevated. It was so cool to see them talk about it and hear Gunn say he's really diving into the deep comics from Ostrander, even going on to say he wants to treat this as a sequel to those comics. He didn't try to adapt it in any which way.
Yeah.
He's almost literally, he said he's trying to make these comic books come to the screen, which is awesome. The cast was great. I have a prediction, and I said this, and I haven't really seen people say this, so I'm bummed that Taika Waititi wasn't there, but that's because he's going to be the voice of King Shark.
What?
Which is,
Okay.
that's my prediction. They introduced Steve Agee as the on-set King Shark. And then when King Shark was in the title sequence, like the artwork, like the roll call, he was the only person without an actor attached. That's because we got my man Taika is going to be the voice, and that's going to make King Shark this not only the scene stealer of the movie, but maybe the scene-stealing DC character of 2021 in terms of entertainment value. I'm hyped for the Suicide Squad. I love the cast, even though I'm with you, Justin. I don't know half of them, and I don't even know half the characters in the movie, to be honest. Maybe even 2/3 of the characters, but I'm pumped for all of it. And the largest takeaway, and I want to give shout out to Chris Evans because this is his take, is Harley Quinn. As great as Margot Robbie's been, and she's been perfect, I still to this day say she's the best casting the DCEU has done to this moment. But Harley Quinn actually finally looks like Harley Quinn. She finally looks like Harley Quinn through and through, and I think she's going to be written exactly like Harley Quinn because James Gunn went on to say she was his favorite character to write in the script. Suicide Squad, let's go!
Yeah, but you can't tell if Nico's really excited for this film, guys. He's very, very
I'm really not. It's
And
trash juice.
So,
Hey,
Nick,
Nico.
your thoughts?
Oh. Sorry, I was going to say something.
Go ahead.
Nico, stay off the internet. You're gonna get spoiled about Taika, bro. You're gonna get spoiled.
And if he doesn't show up in there, people are gonna come after you. You know it.
Yeah. I'm just saying, bro.
I know.
I
Oh,
don't
yeah,
know.
sorry. If that does not happen, it was actually Zednik's take.
Okay, Zednik. So now you can respond and talk about the panel. What'd you think?
Can I polka you guys for a minute?
Oh,
Okay. All right. See, I'm over here thinking that we were going to talk about the Ayer cut, and now I'm talking about this movie called The Suicide Squad. What's going on here? All right.
God, this is amazing.
I am a sucker for big casts. Everybody knows that. I love seeing casts interact with each other. It's nice to see James Gunn return to the superhero realm again. I'm excited to see what he does with these characters. I don't know 2/3 of them. I'm sure James Gunn's going to make them amazing, considering what he did with Guardians. So I'm all in on that. I love that he's making this more grounded, even though the first one kind of was, but that kind of went off the rails real quick in the first one. So
Right.
I like that he's going back to the source material too, and which is perfect for these characters. So I'm so in. You know, this was like the surprise panel for me. I had a lot of fun with it, like all of James Gunn's panels are. So I was a little bit intrigued that there was no official trailer, considering this is coming out before the Batman.
Right.
But I think Justin's right. Maybe they just weren't ready for whatever reason. But don't bait me on this one, guys. But I'm so ready for King Shark, man. You know, like come on, come on. Like
You
he
said-
was in the come
Oh,
on.
you're setting yourself up now, bro.
He
Yeah.
said that with a straight face too. He didn't break. He did not break. He said that with a straight face.
No,
Oh my goodness gracious!
I did not. And if anybody
Hey.
wants to at me for that, Papa's the _95. Let's go.
That's right. Hey, I got a question for y'all. Who's your most like anticipated new character? You can't talk about the guys that were in the first film since this is a sequel to Suicide Squad. What are some of your the characters you're looking forward to seeing? Who do you guys got?
Who wants to start?
Go. I'm gonna go to Eric actually.
Okay, so the what character now I'm interested in, because he literally was made up for the film, is the TDK character that Nathan Fillion's playing. I tried to do a little research and I couldn't find much on him, so I'm kind of interested to know exactly who he is, what he's gonna do, and I'm just looking forward to that specific characterization.
Yeah.
And as always, I'm gonna just talk about this. I know you said I couldn't bring up another character, but Viola Davis can act in anything, and I would love her in it. So I can't wait to see her as Amanda Waller once again.
Yes, Eric. She's the best active actress in Hollywood right now, in my opinion. Okay, so I'm gonna cheat two. I'm gonna say two. I'm sorry, Justin. Well, one is gonna be like really quick because I already touched on it, and then one I'll dive in a tad bit more. For me, it's King Shark. Whether or not Taika is his voice, but dude, it's King Shark. I love King Shark. He's such a fun character, and I think he's gonna be raw in here. But another one for me is Ratcatcher, because I know zero about her. I know they gender swap from the comics, which I think is cool. But also, he was very specific to say she's Ratcatcher 2. So I don't know what the heck that means. So I'm really interested to find out why is she Ratcatcher 2. And yeah, so I'm very interested in even what her role is.
All
All right,
right, Nick.
Nick.
All right. Well, the world needs a lot of peace right now, but I would say Peacemaker, but I'm not going to be able to see John Cena, so I'm going to say, guys, I love the polka dots. I love the polka dots. Polka dot man. Let's go.
All right.
Let's do this.
Nice. All right. Yeah, that was good. Okay, since you guys, my word means nothing, I just wanted to say I like Idris, and so I'm glad he's in a DC film.
He's Bronze Tiger, right?
Yeah. I actually would have preferred him being Bronze Tiger, but I'm like, okay, Bloodsport's cool. Like they're keeping it as, as weird and like, in the buckets of DC lore as possible. So I'm good with that. And then also, I'm not going to do the John Cena jokes no more. We get it. But I'm excited to see John Cena in this film. And here's why. Peacemaker, it's a weird, random, obscure character, but I know about him because as a kid, I used to read the Who's Who's in the DC universe. I'm like, who's this buckethead guy with a dove on his head? I thought, he just looked like some character. I'm like, okay, he seems kind of cool as like, a 13-year-old kid. And, I really haven't seen him since like the mid 90s. So I'm glad that he's coming back.
Well, I'm going to throw it back in your face and say he's the character I'm least looking forward to seeing. Because I cannot stand John Cena.
Dude, you're going to get FU'd in the middle of the squared circle. I'm telling you, Madison Square Garden,
As much as
2022, it's going to be Eric Holzmann versus John Cena. He's going to be promoting Suicide Squad. And he's going to be like, hey, it's coming out. And then boom!
I'll go into Traction in a little while for to get that paycheck. You could beat me up a little bit, and I'll take that money definitely.
Ooh,
that'd be
man.
fine by me.
I have a question.
He's
for you
forcing you to feel him, dude. He's forcing you to feel him.
He's forcing you to feel him. I have a question for you guys. Is how many of these people do you think die right away? So I know they've been teasing all week that there were 2 different shots of teams. Do you think it's going to be one team gets killed, then they send the other in, kind of like the Ostrander comics? Or do you think they're just doing that as kind of like a misdirect? But I also want to ask, how many people do you think we're losing? And are we losing any of the OGs from the first film? Take it away. Whoever wants to take it away first.
Man.
All right, I'll go. So
Yeah, go ahead.
I think there could be your theory that we're going to lose some people early. I'm not sure who, But I'm assuming they're going to want to focus on the newer characters in this one because we got kind of a baseline from Suicide Squad. We have a baseline of the other characters. Right off the bat, it's probably not going to be Waller or Harley Quinn. I would imagine. Yeah. Maybe Rick Flag. Maybe they'll get rid of Rick Flag. I don't know about that. Kinnaman's kind of a name, and they might want to keep him. But maybe Rick Flag. But I think there might be something to your theory that they'll send the first group out with the original guys. Some of them get killed, and then they'll bring the new squad in first. If I had to choose, maybe Boomerang.
Yeah,
I'm with. Yeah, I feel like he's in the crosshairs a little bit. Yeah. How about you, Justin?
I was gonna say we just need to do like a ranking. What are those things called? Like when you rank everything.
Poll.
A death poll. Yeah, we'll do that. But I feel like if I had to like pull someone for the first film, it would probably be Boomerang. Which I would hope they don't do that because I'd love to see him go up against the Flash at some point. But but. I'm leaning on that. They can always have Boomerang Jr. like in the comics. But I feel like the Thinker's out. I feel like Savant's out. I feel like maybe Lady what's her face? Mongal's out. I feel like those people go. I think there's a little more cameos. I'm like, but there's no way they're gonna get rid of Idris, dude. Idris is in this. Like,
yeah,
he's gonna stay. I also feel like Polka Dot Man will probably be a fan favorite alongside King Shark, so they'll probably stay unless King Shark goes out like the big like dumb oath at the end,
like Diablo did, in the first one.
Yeah, but you know how like sometimes the monster, like you fall in love with the monster, and he sacrifices himself at the end.
Oh God,
for the greater good.
Cry.
I know, man. I know because I agree, Taika. I feel like you're going to be a huge fan of the original Ratcatcher, Nikko. That's all I'm going to say.
Really?
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Okay, I'm in.
I'm gonna sip my tasty drink right here of water.
All right, Nick.
Zeddy, take it away.
The Enchantress is gonna make a secret cameo in this, right?
God damn.
All right.
More belly dancing, less belly dancing. What are we doing here? How are we going with this? Belly dancing?
Obviously, it's not gonna be Harley because I know she's gonna be like the Batman for the Suicide Squad here. This is tough because I feel like it's kind of too early to tell still, but I'm leaning more towards there is going to be one team left out of the bunch here. So that's all I can really speculate on right now, to be honest. I'm just waiting for Jared Leto to pop up in the end of it, and it's going to be Harley and Jared Leto's Joker leading the new phase of Suicide Squad. And now the internet hates me. So,
or we're going to tease to their Joker and Harley Quinn film, right? That's still out there in the universe.
Still happening. It's still happening.
I'm even going out on a limb here and saying that Doomsday is going to be brought back too in this. We're bringing all the Snyder villains, and it's going to be one big Suicide Squad here.
Oh man.
Oh, that would be something. That would be something. And
I think the internet wants to kill me now. So, what's up,
I was just about to say that would be something to follow on the internet as well.
Nick.
Yes. So, once again, we know Ryan Lauer was going to Atlantis. Now he's been to Atlantis. So let's see if the FanDome was there. Go ahead.
Went to Atlantis. No dome. Did see Mira, though. So the search continues.
Oh, very, very lucky that you got a glimpse of Mira, of course. I think
that's lucky.
We all would be happy to see Mira in person, definitely.
Of course.
Love that poolside portal to Atlantis, by the way.
Hey,
that's what that hole is. Don't stick your head in that hole in the pool.
We know how resourceful Lauer is. We know how resourceful he can be.
That's true. That's true.
Yes, we have a good understanding of his powers. So, all right. So, Justin, I'm going to throw to you now to take us to the Snyder Cut.
Yeah, man. Okay. So, if there was, we got to bring in my Snyder bros. I know Pete there is going to jump in on this as well. So here's the thing. 2017, the movie we've all been waiting for. It was going up against Star Wars. Ended up not happening. There was a lot of rumors leading into it. Like there's reshoots. Everybody's good to go. Everyone's on board. Whedon and Snyder, they're doing handshakes. Like Carl Weathers and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like they're just teaming up together to make the best movie they can. And then it comes out and we're like, man, this is like, what the heck happened? It was an okay film. My kids love it. My kids are like, we love Justice League, Dad. I'm like, if you only knew. So now Zack Snyder, after about 3 years, a lot of fan support, a lot of like Twitter, just nice people on Twitter, just like, calling for this film to come out. But anyways, it's coming out. Look at James Gunn. He's excited about it too right now. James Gunn and then Doctor Who right there. They're like, when's the Snyder Cut coming out? This whole panel right here was about the Snyder Cut. Just kidding. There we go. Shirtless Henry Cavill right there. So Snyder Cut's finally coming. HBO Max is like, hey, we need content. This thing's almost done. Let's throw some dollars at it. Let's turn it into a 4-night event. I'm hoping it's 4 nights and not 4 weeks, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. The Snyder Cut is here, guys. And we got a trailer, and I loved it. And I love the song Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen. And I thought it was super appropriate. And if you're hating on it, again, hit me up at J_Rocka. It's right here. I have a little thing down here. You can find my Twitter thing. I thought it was a good time. I'm all in for this film. I just want Snyder to get his stuff out and see what happens next. Anyways, guys, what were your thoughts about the Snyder Cut presentation? I'm gonna jump with my man Pete, because Pete's been percolating. He's got some things to say.
I'm excited to see this movie finally. As someone who really does enjoy BVS, to see the sequel to that movie is something special. It's weird how we ended up getting 2 films out of this one Justice League movie. I say that all the time. It's crazy that you got like this kids cartoon, Saturday morning cartoon, and then we're gonna get this like brooding. Yeah, well, it is.
Don't say that.
No, it's fine. It's cool. That's what it is.
Snyder's gonna come. Snyder's
there it is.
The zaddies know where to find me. But it's cool. I don't mind the theatrical cut. It's cool. It's all right. It serves its purpose. It's up there like Batman Forever and Batman 66. It's on the lower of that tier. But I'm pumped for this. I want to see it. I'm happy that I get to see more Batfleck. I'm a big fan of Ben Affleck's Batman. I'm happy to see finally what Warner Brothers thought was so unwatchable about this movie. I'm excited to see the black suit Superman. I'm excited to see a more serious Flash. Excited to see what was going on with Cyborg, what makes him the heart of the movie. Just, everything that, it's funny because Joss Whedon literally cut 2 hours of this movie. This movie's 4 hours. He cut this movie in half. I'm really looking forward to playing connect the dots and seeing what was salvaged and what was scrapped and what they changed. I'm looking forward to finally seeing Volko in Justice League. So there's a lot of questions. All that interesting stuff that we didn't get a chance to see, but we know was shot. I'm pumped for. I want to see. I want to see what Whedon added that Snyder didn't. I just want to see the difference. So I'm kind of excited for it.
Yeah. Can I correct you? I just feel like it's fair. I believe in being objective in all this stuff. I don't want to say Whedon cut the film. I feel like the executives cut the film, and then Whedon was the hired gun. Whether we like what he did or not,
he's just a mercenary. Like it's all one.
Yeah. He's like the Deathstroke.
Yeah, he's Deathstroke. He's the hired. He's a mercenary. Don't direct all those people who are in charge of this essentially got fired from Warner Brothers. I know everyone still hates Jeff Johns on the internet. But,
Three Jokers,
which was great, by the way. 3 Jokers was fantastic, and it's just you're getting your cut, and so Snyder. So just everyone rejoice and be happy. Hallelujah!
All right, Nicky Zednick, what you got, dude?
My turn. All right, now can I just say that does my face look clear on the camera? I touched up my face a little bit, so I want to make sure that I'm all clear on the camera here.
Wow.
Let's see. What else do I got here?
Bro. I don't see the mustache.
I'm bleeding inside right now because I'm just so excited right now to talk about the theatrical cut of Justice League. I'm like amping up the bit here. As far as the panel goes here, I could always listen to Snyder talk all day about how passionate he is about the characters and what his true vision was. Like I'm so in on this. I want to see like Pete said, what was so unwatchable about this cut of the movie in the first place. I'm so excited to see Cavill's arc again. I'm a huge Henry Cavill Superman guy, and just seeing how he just got such shafted and what the vision is, and Ray Fisher as well. Like I want to see what was why he got the short end of the stick. I know he's kind of a controversial figure right now, but hopefully that gets sorted out. As far as the trailer goes, this movie looks nothing like the theatrical cut. At least that's in my opinion. So
Yeah,
for
agreed.
people that are saying that this is just remastered footage and stuff like that, I'm like, well, that's kind of what it's supposed to be for right now. It's considering I know this is a teaser trailer, which can you really call a teaser trailer for a movie that we've already seen before? I don't know. But I'm hoping that I know we know that this is in four parts, so I'm hoping it's 4 Sundays on HBO. I think that would be perfect for this. And again, that trailer, that ending line with Ben just gets me, man. It's on the back of my shirt. I'm currently wearing one of the Snyder shirts right here, and
There you
the
go.
line that Ben said just cracked me, man. Like it's just like I've waited for Batman to say that in a Justice League movie, and the fact that it's gonna be Ben Affleck saying it is it's gonna feel so right. Like bring it on, just bring this on. Like it's time to redeem the Justice League. It's the Justice League is in capital letters here, and let's bring it on. Like enough is enough. Just release it. That's where I'm at right now.
All right, Nico, what you got, dude?
Yeah,
What you got?
brother.
Okay.
For me, I've always been a healthy, and I want to emphasize the word healthy, a healthy Zack Snyder cut fan and advocate. Because aren't they all, right? But so
Great people.
For me, great people, every single one of them. So so for me, just a little quick history tidbit is I was super naive, back in 2016, 2017. I truly thought Whedon was just coming in to do the final touches, like everyone said. And I remember talking to my dad about it. Shout out to Daddy Batman.
Daddy Batman!
Shout out to Daddy Bats. He's upstairs right now. He's watching us live. He's the man. I remember us talking a little bit about it before it came out, and we were super down about, everything that happened with Zach's daughter and, how he's off the movie. So we both said verbatim, as long as we don't wish we got the other movie, then Justice League is a success for us. Well, we saw the movie twice the same day. We saw it at 6 and then again at 10. Because we knew the first time we weren't going to be able to judge it objectively. It was just going to be like emotion and that's the Justice League. And we walked out of it the second time going, yeah, we probably wish we got the other one, right? So right away, and that's not because we dislike it. I actually think a lot of the dislike from Justice League is not actually about the movie itself. It's about expectation and it just not being what people wanted it to be and it not being the true completion to Dawn of Justice. Because I'm with you guys. I'm a big Dawn of Justice guy. The Ultimate Edition is a top 5 comic book film for me of all time. Yes, I said it. And Justice League, the theatrical cut, does not feel like it picks up from that movie at all. It doesn't. At least to me, it doesn't. So I'm super happy for Zach that he gets this opportunity. I'm thankful for the new execs. I'm thankful for HBO Max. For me, there's nothing more to say than I thought the trailer was awesome. It held the crown until 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. It was ballsy to open with Darkseid. I love it. I loved Hallelujah in it. And Zednik, I love the quote at the end. Love the quote at the end because we've heard and seen that quote tweeted out many times. It's on your shirt, for that matter, which came out in like January, and nobody knew what that quote meant. Or we're like, oh yeah, it probably comes from Affleck's Batman, but nobody knew. So to hear it, one, was cool to finally hear it, but two, man, he's, in my mind, and I think in all your minds too, I mean, he's the leader of the Justice League. Batman is the leader of the Justice League. And in the theatrical cut, he's not really likable by all the characters. He is with Diana. He has the nice moments with Superman at the end, but he's almost very unlikable. I feel like the other characters don't really F with him that much, you know what I mean? So in this movie, to hear him, and he doesn't have a moment like that in the theatrical cut where he's like camaraderous. Is camaraderous a word? I have no idea, but I'm going to use it. Where he's camaraderous with them as a team, and to hear him kind of end the trailer, us united, is huge. Yeah. And I'm glad we're going to get it. I'm almost at a point now, kind of like, Daddy Batman said on our show last week is I'm almost at a point now where I just want it. I'm not necessarily sure I want some more trailers or more info about it. So hope to God it comes out like first quarter 2021. I actually think it would be cool. It would be expensive, but it would be cool to market it like during the Super Bowl and have it come out a couple weeks after. Because there's a lot of mainstream people I know who had no idea what the Snyder Cut was till last week, and they're like, wait, this is kind of cool. We get another version of the movie. And I'm like, yeah. So, I mean, I'm all in. I'm all in for all of it. And the thing I'm the most in for is that I think we're going to get a lot of closure for this Vision. Whether or not they pick up for it and spin off, I don't know. I know there's rumors of the HBO Max Ben Affleck series, which might still happen. So I don't know.
Hey, who knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? But I could ramble all day. But no, guys, I'm hyped for this. And good trailer, good panel.
Yeah, I'm excited for it, man. I here's what I hope. I hope that Snyder feels like vindicated and validated. I hope that this thing can come out, and I think that once it's all done, I hope we can just kind of move forward into new things. And so I'm happy. One thing I really loved about the panel, though, I loved how all the cast kind of like gave props, especially Gal Gadot and Patty Jenkins. I thought that was a really great gesture, because there's a lot of conjecture on Twitter and stuff like that. They go, well, she's not happy with Zack Snyder, yada yada yada, and I'm like, someone who's not happy with this person, and I don't care about, like, a lot of people say, oh, well, that's showbiz and that's just PR. Like, she chose to get on this thing and say what she said, and I really liked that gesture from Patty Jenkins. I thought that was great, and I thought it was great for Gal to give props. Like, Gal owes her career to Snyder. I mean, she was in Fast and Furious and stuff like that, but she wouldn't be in the spotlight like she is. He chose her. She killed the screen test with Affleck. Like, she's Wonder Woman because of him, and so I thought that was great to honor him. And I think that's why the cast sticks by him. He's created he created a family unit. Same thing with, like, what looks like what's going on with James Gunn and what's going on with Jenkins cast. They're not just working, like, they're working together, but it feels like there's a family, and you cannot fake that. I don't care if you're an actor or not. Like, when you're not in it, you can check out. And it feels like they're all in. Like, why would Affleck show up in his office to do this? Because he's going to do it for his pal. That doesn't mean he's going to do a TV show, but it does mean he'll show up to promote something he worked on. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's great. But I also think we need to keep our expectations in check. I know Affleck's coming back for the Batman, but, like, again, it doesn't mean he's going to make a TV show. Now, if he does a TV show, I'll watch it. But, like, just keep your expectations in check. Whoa. I'm so excited. I'm kicking
earthquake.
My all right.
You got an earthquake?
It is California. Oh!
Oh, man.
Oh, geez.
I'm just glad we were able to come together for this,
That's right, man. What a great way to put a cap on that. All right. I think it's time. We haven't seen our boy Lauer in a minute, so I'm going to bring Eric in to see if he has any connections. Eric, can you come on into this panel?
Yes, good job, guys. Just really quickly, I wouldn't hold my breath for that Affleck TV show. You guys did a great job. The discussion was great. But if you're thinking that's going to happen,
you mean like Lauer was holding his breath underwater?
Yes. So good, guys. Great job. Great conversation. So I'm getting a message that Lauer is somewhere else now, searching for the FanDome, or he was. So let's go there and see where he's at now.
Hey guys, Ryan Lauer back here again on the search for the dome. I thought we had a major breakthrough. I'm here in Coast City and I saw a bright green light, and so I started running because I thought maybe this is the Green Lantern showing me where the dome is. Sadly, it's a green stoplight, so I was off on this one. We'll see where I'm off to next. Stick with me. We're gonna find this dome.
Like I said, he must have been really far away to think that was Green. But he's doing yeoman's work out in the field, trying to find the FanDome, because we have another date for this thing in September, and if we don't know where it is, I don't know what we're gonna do.
I don't know.
So we'll check back with Ryan later to see where he's at. So there was I kind of threw together the next few panels that we're going to discuss. There's a panel for Black Adam, a panel for Aquaman, and a panel for Shazam. Really quick off the top, The Aquaman panel was trash, so I don't even want to go.
Oh, it was
talk
cool
about
listening to Patrick Wilson and James Wan chat. Stop it. So
it
negative.
was, but they were
Behind the
talking
scenes
about.
stuff is cool. You wanted sequel talk.
I did want sequel talk. They were talking about the previous film. The only thing that we got from this is that this second Aquaman film is going to be more grounded and gritty, according to Juan. So I guess that's the takeaway. The only takeaway to take from it. I don't even want to go for any further. If you guys want to say a quick word, you can. But if not, I'm just going to move on to Black Adam.
What is a grounded Aquaman? Like what? What does that mean? What does that mean? We're talking about a guy who flees water.
He's spending more time. He's spending more time on land in this film than he is in the sea. That's the grounded.
I don't know. I like that. That's a bit weird to me. Aquaman should be in the water, but just saying. Although I don't mind that Egypt scene.
Okay, so my mistake. I said Black Adam. We're actually going to go to Shazam. So this was my second favorite panel, or maybe my third favorite panel of the night. Zachary Levi led it. Again, it was kind of in like the Brady Bunch theme. You'll see it here when it pops up, and he's taking questions as the panel goes on, and he's saying, "I love the question, but I can't answer it." And he kept kind of saying that the whole time. He brought other cast members in. He brought in Asher Angel, who obviously plays the young Billy Batson. He brought in, I forget the little girl's name, but he brought her in as well.
Darla.
Yes, and then the actor who plays Freddy as well, he was there.
Yeah.
And of course, the lovely Megan Good was also in on this panel in the beginning. So I loved it. I loved the feeling of it. It was very, very in tune with what the character is. They called it the Shazoom. If you see on the screen, it says Shazoom, so it was a Shazoom meeting. It was pretty cool, pretty awesome. It's keeping with the light theme of the first movie that we had. So, and then the end, we did get a reveal, but we'll get to that later. So very quickly, I will go first to Nick. What was your take on this panel?
For the Shazam panel?
Yes.
So this was actually, this was the surprise panel for me. I was trying to think of a little quid pro quo here, but I'll just jump right in because I could do this all day. Wait, that's the wrong guy. My bad. I was one of 50 people that saw the first Shazam movie, so I'm invested in this. I love that they did the Shazam family in the first film, so that they're sticking with this cast. I love it. I love how Zachary Levi was kind of toying around with, I want to tell you guys stuff, but I can't right now. It was so funny to see David F. Sandberg too pop up and kind of play off of it, and then you have Sinbad out of all people popping up in this panel too, which was utterly hilarious. So I know that they released the title. I think it's Fury of the Gods. So what that means, I don't know. The old gods, the new gods, who knows? So I'm eager to see where this goes, though, for sure. I love seeing the cast interact. So they all look older now, which shocker. So let's. I'm so eager to see how they work this now.
You mean they can't keep people young? We can't do that yet. We don't have those skills to keep people young. Not yet, right?
I mean, you can de-age them, but we've seen what that does in the DCEU. Oh wait, my bad. All right.
Very good point. Very good point.
Yeah. How about you guys? What do you guys think?
Yeah, Nico, what's up?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna echo what Zedek said. They're old now, man. They're old enough to drink. I mean, the kid who plays Freddy, Jack Dylan Grazer has his hair dyed. He has a little stash that's way better than mine. He's got rings on. He looks like he's cooler than me. No, I want to echo what you said, Eric and Zednik. I love the panel was entertaining. I love how so many of these panels at these cons, they know they can't say anything, and then they just try to beat around the bush the whole time. I love how they just flat out were like, "Yeah, we can't tell you that either." "Oh yeah, we want to tell you, but we can't tell you that either." The funniest is when Sinbad referred to Levi as John Krasinski. It was such a subtle joke that was hilarious. And it was just a fun panel. It was a nice palate cleanser in between some of the big reveals we got right before that kind of slowly introduced us to the last couple huge ones we had. And I'm pumped for the sequel. I like that we got the title for it, which I think we could dive into in a sec. But it was just a fun panel that kind of played around with the idea of what these cons are like, and I just like seeing them interact. I'm one echo as Zemek said. I'm a sucker for a cast who looks like they're having fun. It's one of the coolest things to see. So that's all I got on the Shazam panel.
All right, Pete, what were your takeaways?
I mean, I'm with all you guys. I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was lighthearted and funny. I like the fact that Sinbad was there, and they played off of that old stupid Shazam joke. Was he in that movie? That movie exists as a Kazam. Like everyone's confused. That was funny. David F. Sandberg trolling the fan who wanted to recut his movie on Twitter. That was hysterical.
Yeah.
It was just good. Zachary Levi actually looking more and more like a perfect casting choice for Mr. Fantastic with the gray on the temples.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't think Asher Angel actually aged that much, but the guy from It, man, he's got this little mustache going, but he definitely looks a little older. But I'm not worried about that. You know, you put a bunch of kids together, they're the same age. You can pretend whatever age they want to be. It'll work until they'll have like full beards. So I'm not that really worried about their age. It was just cool just to see it. Got like Nikko said, the name of the movie, and I guess a first look at the poster, and it looks fun. I love the first Shazam movie. It's one of my favorites. I try to watch it every Christmas now, alongside Batman Returns. So it's made its way into my holiday rotation. But I'm digging it. I'm excited. I'm pumped.
Lovely.
It's weird though because I'm so dying for like that. Guess they're going to give us a post-credit scene with The Rock at some point. Like it's just bound to be in this movie, right? Somehow The Rock is going to be in this movie, and it's going to lead into Black Adam, and then Black Adam will lead into Shazam 3, and it's going to be great. So I'm really excited for that eventual fight between Levi and The Rock. But Shazam 2 is going to be a great way to start.
Yeah. So speaking of The Rock, as we know, there was also a Black Adam panel at FanDome last week. And it was kind of cool. They kind of did like this little virtual trailer with him standing in this, what looks like some kind of cathedral or some kind of cave or some kind of temple that he was standing in the middle of. And obviously when The Rock speaks, people listen because he's just that entertaining a guy. So as you see, we're seeing a little bit of it now on screen. Yeah, it was a fun panel. And the best thing for me is I knew he was passionate about it, but I didn't know he was this passionate about it. Like he's really into this film. He really wants to do this. We also got a little bit of a clip with, he brought in Noah Centineo, who's going to be playing Atom Smasher in the film. So we have him. There's a little interaction between him and there, and he talks about working out, and obviously compared to The Rock, he's not really he's really no match for him. So they kind of had a little bit of fun with that. So very quickly, Pete, what did you think of the Black Adam panel, and what are your expectations for the film?
Dude, it's crazy. The veins on his biceps pop out of his shirt. Like, it's absolutely insane if you can watch this panel. He is so jacked. There is no way anyone would ever... The Rock is just he's a physical specimen of perfection, really. But no, I'm pumped for this movie. This movie's always been I feel like this movie's been in developmental hell for a while, and they just couldn't get it going. And now it seems like The Rock's really got the bull by the horns here, and he's really taking charge. And I'm just pumped to see where it goes. I can't wait to see him and Shazam. I know he's always teasing about fighting Cavill and fighting Superman, so maybe that'll happen. Maybe with a different Superman, who knows? But Black Adam is just kind of an interesting anti-hero, not necessarily a villain, but almost kind of like Zod in a way where he thinks he does the best for his people. Maybe he's probably a nicer version of Doctor Doom, if you want to compare him to somebody else in Marvel. Just kind of, the ruler of a kingdom, and, he thinks he's doing the best for his people. So it's going to be interesting to see where they take this with the JSA and Atom Smasher, and who knows who else from the JSA will make an appearance in this movie, if at all. And there's while we have a lot of questions, it's fun to speculate about and fun to talk about. But I'm happy about this, and I'm excited for more.
Yeah, that was something he did talk about, the JSA. So that is going to be an interesting angle that we see coming from this film, and see where they go with that. So, Nick, really quickly, what were your thoughts?
Tell Pete Verra. Tell Eric Holzmann. Tell Nikko Caruso. Tell them I'm coming. Tell them I'm ready. And also tell Justin Kowalski that I'm coming too. Ladies and gentlemen, all right. I was so amped for the Black Adam panel because I legitimately thought that I was going to see the big boy blue here. And even though we didn't, The Rock really made it known that something is going to happen at some point. And like
Yes.
Pete said, whether or not that's Cavill or whether or not that's somebody new, it's quite obvious that The Rock wants to tangle with Superman. So I love that Noah Centineo popped up. I'm not too high on the casting, but I'm all in on it. I'm so excited to see what the JSA is going to be in this movie. Dr. Fate, Hawkman, bring them all on. It was so funny that like a year ago we were like ready to say bye to the Justice League and we were going to welcome back the Justice Society. So that's kind of cool, and I'm eager to see where The Rock takes it from here. So I know the film's a while away, but this is right up there for The Flash for me, to be honest. So yeah, bring it on, guys. I'm loving what The Rock is cooking.
Yes, I was gonna say it's safe to say you can smell what The Rock is cooking. If none of the rest of us can.
It smells wonderful. It smells so wonderful.
All right, so Kiko, very quickly, your thoughts on the panel and of the movie.
Yeah, I want to echo what all you guys said. I said it earlier. I think during the Flash panel, I'm big on communication, and what The Rock communicated to me is that he's so passionate and so all into this role. It's awesome. I loved how he started off by kind of explaining why he's so into the role and why he wants it and what he hopes to bring to the table. And then, man, I was saying this all week. He's a showman. So I know he wasn't going to have footage. I know there might not be casting, but he was going to make sure when you left that panel, you were hyped. And kind of like Zendek teased a little bit, is his ending, like 30 seconds, was so hyped. I want you to tell everyone I'm coming, and there's going to be a changing of the power, changing of the guard in the DC universe. It was just great. And I love the artwork, too. I love the 4 characters he's using. I love Hawkman, love Dr. Fate. I think Cyclone is going to be interesting. I don't know anything about her. And then Atom Smasher is going to be cool. He's going to be played by someone a little bit younger in Noah Centineo. So I think that's all going to be great. I think it's going to be a cool feeling DC movie because he is an anti-hero. He operates under his own code, his own mantra. And I really hope like Hawkman and him kind of clash a little bit. I hope there's like this clash between ideals, and I have a feeling Noah Centineo is going to be like the younger new guy, and Dr. Fate's going to be the old wise guy, and Cyclone's going to be maybe the emotional pull. I'm ready, man. The artwork is cool. I'm in for it. I'm in for The Rock. I'm not actually big on any of The Rock's movies, but I'm big on him as a person. And I think that this is going to be his first project where he really sinks his teeth into it, acting and creative-wise.
It's crazy that he currently is the most, I guess, expensive actor in Hollywood. Like he charges the most money for his film. So it's crazy that I agree with you. Like I like a lot of his films, but not as anything as like a thespian. Where he's acting in some great manner. They're just fun films to watch. Obviously, the Fast and Furious series, he was a good addition to those. So I'm with you though. He is fun. He is fun to watch, and I would go see this even if it wasn't Black Adam. Something that I'm interested to see because I'm not super familiar with the character. I know of him, so I'm interested to see what they do with what he does with it because he is so passionate about it. So I'm really, really looking forward to this as well. So I'm also looking forward to knowing where Ryan Lauer is now. Ryan Lauer is again out in the field searching for the FanDome. Let's see where he's at.
Guys, I'm so excited with you right now. So I think we had a major breakthrough. I was on my way to Themyscira, and I swear up in the sky I saw Wonder Woman. Look, she's still up there now. Look at her. You see her? She's in the invisible jet. You see her? Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. God, the invisible jet. Oh my gosh, look at her go. It looks like she's driving right to Gotham. So that's my next stop is Gotham, and hopefully in Gotham is the Dome. We've finally found the Dome in Gotham. I'll catch you soon.
I love it.
So it looks like Wonder Woman is headed to Gotham, folks. Lauer apparently has more powers than we thought. He can see invisible things.
Who would have thunk?
Who would have thought? I've known the guy for a couple of years now. Never had any clue.
He's
I
a
never
metahuman.
Yes. So we'll check in with Lauer later to see what he found in Gotham. Speaking of Gotham, the final panel of the night. The last panel of the night, of course, was the panel for the Batman. And Matt Reeves had a really good Q&A session with Aisha Taylor, who hosted. There was a nice little Q&A going on. And then we finally got the trailer. So I'm going to speak. I will come back with my thoughts, but I'm going to start with Nick, with you. What were your thoughts of the panel and of the trailer?
Cool, baby. Is something in the way of my mic though?
I was gonna go.
Oh man.
Oh,
No, I'm sorry. I had to say it. I had to say it. Come on, you guys know I did. So of course, this is the one that Warner Brothers builds to, and rightfully so. I would like to say that the TED Talk that Matt Reeves hosted was just fantastic, guys. I mean, I could listen to that guy tell me what's wrong with me at my doctor's visit, and I would say you're the best doctor ever. So, I'm so I know I'm just like I'm still actually trying to process my thoughts in this because the 17 million of the whatever views it has are from me. I don't know if I've listened to the music or watched the trailer more, and possibly both. But I know there was a lot of speculation on if Matt Reeves even had enough footage to show. And I was on the fence that I don't even know if he even should, but I know there was no way that he was going to show up to fandom and not show something. And just the sheer fact that he had 25% of the movie shot, and he was able to somehow come up with a trailer for that. And if you actually watch it real closely, it's like he almost shot the trailer with the 25% to make the trailer, because it kind of like he really did a good job of giving you like what the beginning is, what the middle is, and possibly what the end is. And he really did sprinkle in like what the movie is, you saw Batman, you saw the supporting characters, you saw the villain. So really, in the 25% that he shot, he gave you everything that you probably needed to know. And Pattinson looks incredible. The suit, just seeing that in motion, I'm even more of a fan of it. I love how different it is. I know people are a little bummed that it really looks like we're going back to the beginning, which is fine, though. I'm sure Reeves has a unique take on it, and I feel like I want to get your guys' take because I got everything I needed to see. Zoe Kravitz looks fantastic. Paul Dano is such a different Riddler. I'm glad we're not getting the typical green blazer with the hat. That would have been too much like Jim Carrey. So, but I'm just in all right. Did Pattinson need to slap that guy around 5 extra times at the end? No, but did he need to say I'm vengeance? Okay, well yeah, maybe he did. He looked like he deserved it. I'm sorry. Just seeing him say I'm vengeance. Oh my God! I probably got a concussion trying to run through the wall because that's exactly how I felt after hearing him say that. I've wanted my whole life for Batman to say I'm vengeance in a live action movie, and the fact that I still gotta wait a year just to hear him say it, like, it's gonna kill me. But I'm just so in. Batman's always been more visceral and gritty, when he first starts out. So I'm taking it that Reeves knows the source material. He knows where he wants to go, and it looks like he knows where he wants to go even after the Batman, which excites me even more. So, Pete, like you, man, like you, Eric, like you, Nikko, solo Batman, man, I'm ready. Like, I'm ready for Batman to be the king again. Like, he's the crown jewel of Warner Brothers.
Well said.
And it's time for Batman to let everybody know, I'm the king, and I'm getting you back into the theater, whether you want to come or not. So, there you go, guys.
He
let's
sounds
do
like
this.
The Rock. Is this Dwayne Johnson? Is this Dwayne Zednick?
Tell Matt Reeves, tell Robert Pattinson, if you want a Nightwing, tell them I'm here. If you want Terry, if you want Terry McGinnis in 2026, tell Warner Brothers I'm ready.
Unbelievable.
He's ready.
Cheers.
He is ready.
Thank you.
so
How about you
much.
guys? What do you guys think?
Thank you so much, Nick, for joining us today and for giving your thoughts on everything that we discussed. It was great having you on. I'm going to go quickly to Nikko. Nikko, your thoughts on the panel and the trailer itself.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, let's talk about this like a concert, right? You put your biggest hit, your biggest song last. And that's what DC FanDome did with this. And that song usually brings the house down, and that's what Reeves and the panel did. Like Zenick said, I could have listened to him talk all day. Going back on this idea of communication. He could have not shown me a trailer, and I would have been so in and so confident in him the way he talked about it. And he really, I mean, he talked for a good almost 20 minutes. It was cool to see Robbie P as well, even though he looked like he just woke up.
Robbie.
It was good to see Robbie Pats, even though it looked like he just woke up. But man, the trailer. Talk about a trailer. If Zenick wanted to run through a wall, man, I wanted to like consensually fight someone after the trailer. I was so amped. I don't know, man. In like a not harming way, I just wanted to fight. I wanted to beat Batman because it was pure Batman. The thing that trailer was, it was Batman through and through. And another big takeaway for me is, man, this is the first time I've ever been scared of the Riddler. I know there's some darker portrayals like the Earth One. I know there's some grittier, more sadistic portrayals like what they tried to do in the Hush animated film. But man, I was scared by the way he was doing the duct tape, and then his quote, "If you want justice, please do not lie. What's the price for your blind eye?" I mean, it was creepy. It was scary. Rob Pattinson looks awesome. Zoe Kravitz looks awesome. Jeffrey Wright looks awesome. He's gonna nail it. I'm gonna go ahead and say he might rival Oldman, man, which is a bold take, but he's that good of an actor, and I think their dynamic is gonna be great. It all looks great, and I'm still shocked that's only 25% of the film, because if I really tried, I could try to dissect that in a way that looks like there's kind of 3 acts to it. Man, it was great. It was great. One thing I wanted to ask, well, before you guys could give your takes, we could come back to it later, but the ending quote where it sounds like it's Batman talking to the Riddler, I don't know if the first voice is the Riddler. I know the second one's Bruce and the last one's the Riddler. I don't know if the first voice is the Riddler. That might be someone or something else. Ooh.
We'll get to that. We'll give our thoughts on that. Each one of us will give our thoughts on that.
Yeah.
But Nikko, thank you very much for your thoughts on this and for everything today. Thanks for helping out. This was awesome.
Thank you guys.
All right. So, Justin, I will go to you next. What were your thoughts on the panel and the trailer?
Yeah, I'm not usually a big fan of NPR, but Matt Reeves, he was good. Sorry, I just felt like he was the most boring panel, and I'm like, what the? He had all the knowledge, and he had a great way of like backing up his choices. Some of it was, again, we're a week away from this thing now. We're past it, and so there was a lot of like, you've never seen Batman do this before, and I'm like, yeah, I have. Like I'm okay. I don't know if he's doing anything 100% different. Like I've seen Batman be amongst the police. We've seen Batman solve crimes. So I think there was a little like maybe he hasn't seen other Batman films. I don't know. There was a little bit of that for me personally, but it didn't make me upset. Like I just don't act like you're doing something completely different. You got your take on Batman. Maybe it's going to be a little more gritty, but whatever. I thought he looked great as cosplay as Commissioner Gordon. That was cool. I was glad he came out like as a fan. He was ready to just be a part of the DC FanDome. But no, he was good. He was fine. But as I go back, I'm like, I calmed down a little bit. I was on the fence though. Here's the thing: I was on the fence for the Batman. I wasn't proclaiming it the best take of Batman to happen before this film has come out, before I've seen a trailer or anything. I was ready to be like, well, let me see. Show me why I should be excited, because I'm not there yet. You get it? And so once the trailer hit, that shocked me, because I wasn't expecting to hear Nirvana and stuff like that. Not that like Nirvana won me over, but it was just like, I wasn't I don't know. You typically don't associate like a pop culturally type of song in a modern Batman movie. Like, yeah, 89 Prince and Batman Forever and all that stuff. Yeah. But like for this, it was like, oh, that's a take. And it was really good. It was super moody. So it set the tone really well. It was good to see, Pattinson, the slow like reveal, the boots first and then up. It was cool. I loved it. I love Batman walking through the cops and then I'm kind of being like, what the heck's up with this dude? I love Gordon, Jeffrey Wright, like Nikko was saying, he looks like, oh, he's Gordon, the Riddler's voice is incredible. I think the Paul Dano Riddler voice is going to be the new Bane voice. People are like, oh, Bane, that you're going to have this voice. It kind of reminds me of Iron Man 3 with Ben Kingsley's like kind of like theatrical voice that he was doing as the Mandarin.
You really had to go there, Justin.
I don't mind that take, by the way. I'm okay with Iron Man 3. Like different show. Different show. But the Batman trailer was great. I don't know about Zednik. He wants Batman to be hugging bad guys. Like, I'm like, Batman, thrash that fool. If that guy is doing some bad things, that guy needs to know, hey, you gonna start reaching into the purses, you're gonna get some hot hands. And Batman put the hot hands, he put the hammers of justice down on that fool. And that guy thought, okay, I'm done. Batman's like, I'm not done. Dude, I'm just putting the bread down. Now it's time for the meat, and the cheese. And Batman put the meat and cheese on that dude's face, dude. He's putting knuckle sandwiches on the plate. And that's what I want to see with Batman. Batman is there to stop crime. So if you're going to stop crime, you got to stop that guy's hands and legs from working. So Batman, take out the bad guys and then drive Blade's car.
That's
man.
Here for it.
Justin is going deep with this one. He's really going deep.
I was in. I'm excited for the film now. I'm excited. Sign me up.
Yeah.
Sign me up for a red T-shirt. Okay.
All right. Before I give my take, Pete, my co-host of Straight Outta Gotham, Pete, go ahead.
This was everything I wanted it to be and more. Just get a good look of just the tone of the movie and where it's going to go and what type of film it actually is. And I'm getting like vibes of Seven and like Hannibal and just, this Riddler is such an interesting take. I thought we were going to get more of a sophisticated animated series type Riddler, but he took his idea and he ran with it. And it looks so refreshing to see. I'm interested to see like how he gets that mask on. It looks like he's got duct tape around his own face, behind his glasses. Yeah. So it's such an interesting take. I love Gordon reading the clues and just him and Batman walking to the crime scene through the FBI. The FBI knows they're powerless in Gotham City, home of the Batman. It's so great to see that. Even though, even in the panel, like Reeves is telling us this is a year 2 Batman. It's not an origin of Batman. This is a Batman who's still learning. And that's great because I feel like those are the Batman stories I like. I like Batman with Robin mostly, but to see like an early Batman trying to figure things out, it's a fantastic thing to see and notice. It's so great. The music choice was great. They blended Something in the Way perfectly with the score of the film that we saw from the camera test. And Paul Herman says this all the time, seeing the suit in motion really, really sold me on it. Like I wasn't a Justin and who was complaining about the suit and the collar and everything, or even the Batmobile. I was like, okay, cool. Like show me something really stupid, like put silver on it and, or give him like giant silver chest plates and then I can complain about it. But this kind of, all right, you just give him a collar. I can't complain. And seeing the Batmobile in motion was great too. Like that thing looked fantastic. It's like straight out of like Neil Adams' 1970s runs with the late great Denny O'Neil, that souped up sports car and, turbines, the speed and the blue flame coming out of the back of the car was really great, and just everything. And Oswald, I mean, you didn't know it was Oswald when you saw him. You didn't know it was Colin Farrell. That was fantastic. I feel like the only major player of this cast that we haven't seen from this trailer is John Turturro, which makes me wonder if Turturro was filming anything before COVID hit. But I feel like he's the only character we haven't seen. He plays Falcone.
And Alfred.
Just really excited. We hear Alfred. We hear Andy Serkis's voice, and I'm just pumped for him to be in this too. Because as soon as he started directing Venom 2, I thought we were going to have issues, but I'm glad he joined. I wanted him for Penguin, but to get him as Alfred's even better because that means he's going to be in more than one movie, and he's a fantastic actor. So I'm really excited. And Pattinson, he had the raccoon eyes. That looks great. Just washes away the bad taste of Batman Returns and the end of that movie. but there's, it just seems to really hit on all the notes. And I think at the end, it's Batman talking to Batman. A little like play on ego there,
I agree
Nikko.
with you. Yeah.
So that's interesting, and I think the Batmobile's different in that scene too. It looks like it's like he's building it as opposed to it's finished. So check that out next time you rewatch it. But because I've been rewatching and trying to dissect it all the time. I mean, it's my favorite 2.5 minute movie. Like I love that thing. So I watch it. I probably watch it 10 minutes at a time. But I'm just pumped. I'm ready. I'm so pumped. I bought my T-shirt. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to see the Batman. I can't wait. It's to get Oswald back in a Batman movie, a solo Batman movie. It's phenomenal, and 20 million people on YouTube agree because we're all still watching the movie. I love
that
the teaser.
Pete is all in for the Penguin, man.
Dude, you know me.
He's worked the Penguin in his conversation 4 times.
I love the Penguin so much, and whether it's Danny DeVito or Burgess Meredith, and we all know my favorite story of all time, the Penguin Affair. Like I'm a devoted Penguin fan, and just to see him on screen, and maybe we'll get some black goo for Rick Shue. Who knows? But I'm just so excited for it. And
Team Yellow Oval, Team Black Goo.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe we get Yellow Oval in this movie, and then it's then I get 2 ovals and 2 movies, and then I can get a hashtag and associate producer credit, so I can be a big shot on Twitter now. So,
all right, so yeah, Pete, you gave us a lot there. Obviously, a quick plug for Pete. He mentioned the Penguin Affair. He has a podcast with Ryan Lauer on the Penguin Affair on the Batman Book Club. So if you guys want to check that out, you can check that out as well. Very quickly for me, I agree with almost everything you guys said. The first take I took away from this trailer or this panel was Matt Reeves really did his research. He knows the character. He knows what he wants to do with the character, and he's designed a film around that process. So I remember there were times when we heard the beginning, we're like, where's the script? Where's the script? We kept waiting, kept hearing, the script's being written. Now we know why it took so long. He did his research, and it looks like he's going to give us a great Batman movie. The second thing I said is 25% of the movie shot, and you can give us this kind of a trailer. That is incredible to me. Because I, like Justin, was on the fence. I didn't love it. I haven't loved everything I've seen about this film until this trailer. Now that I've seen the vision and I know where he's going, all the other choices make sense to me. So I'm starting to formulate like, okay, wow, I really, really want to see this film. I can't wait now. Everything you guys said, perfect. The music was great. I liked at the end how they did the 2s and question marks. When you see 2021, like to hint towards the Riddler. Definitely you got how visceral and how gritty this film is. Obviously with the clip Justin talked about where he beats the crap out of the guy.
He deserved it.
Yes. Any really quick question, any feeling on what that gang is? Do you think it's a gang that's in obviously to the source material? Any gang come to mind for you guys from the gang that he takes down there?
I think it's the rival. It's the rival gang of the Neon Gang from Batman Forever.
That was the first thing I thought of when I saw it. I was like, "Oh, that reminds me of the Neon Gang."
I like that they incorporate that. I don't know if that's like tribute to Joel or tribute to Forever for 25 or whatever, or just like it's just a piece of Batman lore that's kind of been integrated within the mythos from like those movies. Like the Narrows is now in the comic books, and that came from Nolan. And it's cool to see. I don't know, maybe if it's a tease to this is where the Joker comes from. Who knows? Maybe that's too on the nose. But it's just cool to see like Gotham isn't a good place. You got these face painted street gangs just going around and causing havoc. And it's I guess it's pretty similar to just everything going on in the world now. There's just chaos everywhere. But it seems like Gotham seems like a pretty real city. That it needs this crime fighting mass vigilante to, try to restore order.
Yeah, that was another thing. Colin Farrell was kind of unrecognizable. I think that's one of the big takeaways. People thought, when you saw him and you're kind of like, who is that? And then you have to look really close. You're like, oh crap, that's the Penguin. So they did a really good job on his makeup, the prosthetics, whatever they used was incredible. And yeah, just the feeling that, we got a trailer now, we know it's close. It's closer anyway, and it's coming really, like we've had the hashtag Batman, the Batman is coming. Now we know, it's really, we have something to grasp and hold on to and say, yeah, this movie's really coming around. and I was completely blown away. And as someone
Mhm.
again who's on the fence for this film, that I'm so happy now that I saw this and I loved it, and now my anticipation is just up here. Like I'm so ready
Yeah,
for this to come out. So
I'm
Yeah.
so
that
excited.
yeah. So just
So
really
excited.
quick, any wrap up thoughts you guys have for all of what we saw in DC FanDome? Very quickly, go around the table. Nikko, you first.
I loved seeing the ratings it got. I love seeing the social media generation it got. It was a massive, massive success. It was so fun to watch, so fun to cover, so fun to talk about with you guys twice now. And I really hope it's something. I really hope it's something. I really hope it's something they keep up annually. And whether it's always virtual, whether they add an in-person piece to it or not, that's fine. But keep most of it virtual still, so you could still include as many people as you did. Hats off to Warner Brothers. Hats off to everyone at DC, and shout out to Jim Lee, who was the star of the whole thing, in
Yes.
my opinion.
Mhm.
So that's all I got on the fandom.
All right, Nico. Thank you, Justin. Real quick.
Yeah, my huge takeaways. I thought it was fun. I thought it was a good time. I'm excited for part 2 that's coming up.
Right.
I would say my only challenge to Warner Brothers and DC, and this is going to sound like I'm being kind of petty and jokey, but I promise you, I actually really feel like y'all need to be where most of your audience is, and don't have Chris Daughtry on the show. That dude brought down the whole thing.
Yeah,
I think
man, that was awkward.
it was really awkward and tone deaf, especially you have a song called "Waiting for Superman" and you have no Superman thing to follow it up.
That's a good point.
Yeah. I thought it was like I get the guy likes Batman. He has a lot of masks in his room. No one cares about Chris Daughtry, because I guarantee when Marvel does something like this, it's going to be rock and roll and hip hop, and it's going to be like the dopest thing you ever saw. I'm just saying, people are taking notes, so I think they could amp it up a little bit. Also, I'm going to drop a little nugget of knowledge for y'all. DC and Warner Brothers is planning a live event, DC FanDome, in early 2021. Just letting you know. You heard that here on the Iceberg Lounge.
Ooh.
All right,
It's
so
coming.
guys, if it doesn't happen, you know who to blame. Right there.
If it doesn't happen, then the email I got from the Warner Brothers A-list community is wrong. So
wait, like another one?
Yeah, they
early
said
2021.
It said early 2021, which should be January to April. So maybe
Okay.
I don't know. So there we go.
I'm down. So whatever it is, hopefully it's here. But if it's not here and it's somewhere else, and we all can travel at that point, maybe that's a destination where we all could get together and hang out.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh, it's gonna be in Cali. It's gonna be in
fun.
California.
Oh, you sure? You know that?
No, I don't know. I'm just guessing. They're DC's in Burbank. I just figure it makes sense. So
yeah, it would make sense. But DC Universe, we won't talk about that. That's probably going the way to go. But that's completely a different story.
Yeah. But I'm excited. I'm excited.
So Pete, really quickly, any wrap up thoughts about FanDome and what you're expecting for day 2?
I love FanDome. I think it was a great idea because it gave me the opportunity to actually attend every panel at a convention, which I've never been able to do, and I think is impossible to do due to lines and bathrooms and just everything else at a convention. But I don't want to see the end of physical cons, but I thought this virtual con experience was a fun one, and I'm looking forward to the second one. I'm glad they split it up. Can't wait to see what goes on with the TVs stuff. Really pumped for that, and I'm looking forward to day 2 of FanDome. Day 1 was a huge success. And it'll definitely be something that'll be added into our yearly rotation of events for sure. I can't see them not doing something similar to this again, which Justin just confirmed. So,
so I read. I concur with all you guys. I think this was for a first time trying this by the whole studio and being completely separate from a Comic-Con that obviously San Diego, New York, whatever you want to go. This was a success, a grand success. As Nikko pointed on, the ratings were incredible. It did better than both the Republican and Democratic National Convention. So,
that's because people care about Batman.
Right?
Yeah.
So you can see right there, you can see exactly.
That's hilarious, actually.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, so it's amazing that we had that. Oh, that happened.
Zack Snyder for president.
I'm sure,
God.
yes, I'm sure the Snyder Cut stuff was a huge driving force, as we know. It's been a huge topic for a couple of years now, so of course I'm sure that drove ratings that people are going to get to see.
Fresh
that
off their own
Panther in
con.
that
I thought
trailer.
only
Yes.
a small amount of people wanted to see that. I mean, some people say that only a
Well-
small base of fandom want to watch the Snyder Cut.
I do think it's a small base. I do.
Just saying. Well, I don't know.
but
They showed up.
We're
They
getting
showed
it.
up.
Regardless, we're getting it. It's coming. We got confirmation it's going to be 4 1-hour shows on
I'm gonna sip
HBO
on
Max,
this.
and then a possibility of a theatrical release depending on the surveys you got from DC. Wink, wink. If you got a survey and they asked you certain questions, maybe you had a little bit of input on what you want to see. But yeah, overall, FanDome Day 1 was a great success. So Hall of Heroes, I'm going to give a clap. There we go. Excellent job. Well done. But before we go, we still have Ryan out there looking. So we're going to go quickly to Ryan Lauer to see what happens when he gets to Gotham. Go ahead.
All right, Eric, it's been a very busy day trying to track down the dome, but I think I'm on to something. I'm in Gotham City. I responded to the signal up in the sky, put on my Batman 89 t-shirt, whoop, whoop, and check this.
Oh, no. What is that?
All right, Eric, that was the Batmobile. I found the dome. I'm going to get the dome.
Okay, so
Batman.
Ryan is running.
He's so lucky he didn't get hit.
I know. Batman just runs people over.
Yeah, he's trying to catch the Batmobile on foot. Don't know how that's going to work, but we'll see what goes. We will see what happens on Day 2 of FanDome, which is coming. So thank you, Ryan Lauer, for being our field reporter. We'll follow up with you next time on Day 2 of FanDome. So we're going to have coverage of that event as well in the Iceberg Lounge. We will be having a new guest. Her name is Rachel Robbins, and she is going to be supplying us with some cocktails during that time frame. There is a nice, beautiful picture of Rachel, so she will be joining us next time.
Rachel.
I love it. Rachel.
And definitely, we're
Oh, geez.
we're going to be doing a preview show on September 11th of our DC FanDome show that will be on September 12th. So we'll be doing a preview show on the 11th, introducing Rachel, and everyone will get to know her, and we can have a good conversation with her. So yes, so guys, I want to thank all of you for coming and being a part of this. Nick, Nikko, Justin, and Pete, thanks so much for helping plan this and us getting it together. Obviously, After Hours Media on the other side of the glass, both Nick and BJ for doing a fabulous job putting this together and getting this to go live and us being able to share this day with our fans and with people out there. The whole point of the Iceberg Lounge is to bring together podcasters and people in this business who don't always get to interact. I did not know Nikko and Nick before this happened. So I now have 2 new friends in this area that I never would have met, I don't think, without the Iceberg Lounge. So again, thank you guys so much for coming on. Justin and Pete, again, thank you for all your help. Pete, we will be back with Straight Outta Gotham. We're going to do some fantastic things going forward. As always, you guys can find everyone here on Twitter, their information, and Instagram. The information has been under our names this entire broadcast. Every time you saw us, we had a little bit of tagline and showed you where you can get in touch with us. So find us there. So finally, for Nick Zednick, Nico Caruso, Justin Kowalski, Peter Verra, I am Eric Holzmann. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Iceberg Lounge, and we will see you on September 11th.